I want to share a story from high school where younger me totally misread what was going on because I assumed silence meant everything was fine. We had a group project to come up with a volunteer service idea, and at the time, I wasn't the type to speak up much. So when someone suggested a plan and nobody said a word, I thought, cool, everyone's on board. I didn't love the idea, but I kept quiet so I wouldn't stir things up. Later in our group chat, after the project, one person said, honestly, I had doubts about the plan, and another agreed. We all stayed silent, not because we agreed, but because we didn't want to argue in person. So the silence meant consent. It never meant consent, it meant avoidance. Here's how it broke down. Roles. Nobody clarified who made decisions. Assumptions. We all assumed silence meant agreeing. Misinterpretation. Silence was seen as polite, not compliant. Unspoken norms. We avoided confrontation to keep the peace. And finally, background influences. Our upbringings led us to prefer going along rather than speaking up. This ties in perfectly with our course content. In Goodwin Jones, Chapter 6, he explains how different discourse norms make silence mean different things, like agreement, respect, and discomfort. The nuances of cross-cultural communication points out that we often assume our communication style is normal, but it's not universal. As Masafumi, I cannot pronounce his last name, so I'm not going to try. After watching the TED Talk, Why Most Global Communication Fails and What to Do About It, it shows that active listening and checking understanding are key, especially when people don't say what they mean. He talks about building a communication circle, speak clearly, check understanding, and don't assume silence means comprehension. That really connects with my story. If I'd asked, hey, does everyone agree with this? I might have avoided that awkward result. So here's my question. Have you ever been in a situation where nobody spoke up, but later found out that they didn't agree? What did that teach you about communication?